What's up, guys, and welcome to Faith Family Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Dom. If you have been here for a while, welcome back to today's video. We're going to be talking about all of the pepper varieties I'm going to be growing. If you were with me last year, after I started my peppers last year, I ended up leaving them inside my hoop house on the ground, which was a huge mistake because then after that, I think it rained like 2 days in a row. And these are not waterproof, and so the water did soak up into these, and not the specific one, and ruin all of my pepper seeds. So this year I spent a lot of time replenishing my pepper seeds because I did try to do I did try to dry them out once I realized that they were wet, but a lot of them had already been ruined, and you know, it was really hot. It was the summertime, and so they got wet, then they got warm, and I was afraid that they were going to have germination issues, which I believe that they did because some of the ones that I did try to do like a sprout test later on did not germinate at all. But pepper seeds are finicky as far as like they take like 3 weeks to germinate sometimes, and so I did keep about 20 of the tomato varieties or the pepper varieties that got wet, and I wasn't able to replace, whether or not like I buy my seeds on sale at the end of the season when everything goes on clearance, and so you're out of like a lot of options because it's basically like seed companies overstock. And so I did replenish all of my seeds with clearance seeds, but then they were like, so I think this is, let me look at my phone. I still have 20 varieties that I did not replenish, but I wrote it all down. So I have 34 sweet pepper varieties in this container that I'm going to show you of what I'm growing. And then I have 20 sweet pepper varieties that I did not replenish that were wet. And I am going to try and grow them, but I'm going to try to grow them in a different tray. I have my 2 trays right here. These are 200 count seed trays. I have 2 of them. I'm going to use it to after this video to plant my sweet peppers and my spicy peppers. I have 27 spicy pepper varieties. I'm looking down at my phone. I wrote it down. So I have 27 spicy pepper varieties, 34 sweet pepper varieties, and then I have 20 pepper varieties that got wet last year, and I'm going to try and do a sprout test and see if I can get any of them to sprout. But let's start with the 34 pepper varieties that I definitely know that I'm going to be growing, and these are all new seeds from this year and last year, so they should definitely grow. Or seeds I did save were seeds that they were in plastic, and so they weren't affected by the getting wet. These Tool pepper varieties, this first one is called Touchdown Bell Pepper. And I got this one because it said it was disease resistant. Tools had a really good sale going on, and that is when I got a lot of my Tool seeds. Any other time, I usually get my seeds from, I start at My Gardener first, and then if there's varieties that I don't have, then I'll spread out. So I do have varieties from Haas, My Gardener, Seed Savers Exchange, Botanical Interest, is like the names, the big names at the top of my head. I think that's pretty much where all my seeds are coming from. The next one is a King Arthur bell pepper. This doesn't have a picture, so I can't show you, but I picked this one again because it said it was disease resistant. I did not have problems. I haven't had problems with my bell peppers getting, or any of my peppers getting diseases. But the first year that I gardened here, I did see, what are they called? Those hornworms. I saw tomato hornworms on my peppers, and I know that tomato hornworms, they like nightshades, but usually I only find them on my tomatoes, decimating my tomatoes. But the first year I gardened here, I found them on my bell peppers and my potatoes, and that was my first time ever in my life seeing tomato hornworms on my bell peppers. When this says disease resistant, it obviously doesn't mean that it's going to repel tomato hornworms, but I was thinking about things like blight and stuff like that. So I got and like fungus disease, because we are here in the South where it has a lot of humidity. The next one I got was a Cherokee bell pepper. Again, I got this because it said disease resistant, and then also because it said that it would grow good in high tunnels or greenhouses. And so I thought that was perfect. The next one I got was Emerald Giant. And I just got this one because it was a giant traditional bell pepper. I got a Hosinator bell pepper, again, because it said it was disease resistant. It looks just like a normal green bell pepper. Got just your regular California Wonder bell pepper. They sell this in the Dollar Tree and like Dollar General, and so you don't have to buy this from My Gardener. Some of the seeds I do use even Dollar Tree seeds, and yeah, so like California Wonder bell pepper is one of those ones that you can pick up Dollar Tree, and I probably have some seeds because I mix all my different seeds. If it's just the same name, I mix them all together in just whichever packet looks the nicest, and so I probably do have some Dollar Tree seeds inside this. And they germinate just fine, and I've been using them since I've been gardening. I've been using Dollar Tree seeds because if they have the variety that I'm looking for, they have it like for green beans. I get my green beans from there. I get carrot seeds from there, just regular bell peppers, regular zucchini, stuff like that. Dollar Tree seeds work wonderful. This next one is a Bay on It bell pepper. Again, Haas Tools says it's disease resistant, so I got that one. This next one was a Keystone Resistant Giant, and I just got this one again because it's just a regular bell pepper and it's supposed to be giant size. I got this YOLO Wonder bell pepper. Then I got a Cubanelle. I got a red Corno di Toro. I'm definitely probably jacking that name up. A New Mix Joe Parker. And obviously I do not need all of these bell peppers. I really just like trying out different bell pepper and sweet pepper varieties in different shapes and sizes and colors. And I did have them separated in colors, so it now looks like we're on the red. So I have a big red bell. And with stuff like the California Wonder, if I was to leave that on the plant for a long time, it would eventually turn colors. And this one, this big red bell, it even tells you that it starts off as green and it will turn red. It says it's high yields, extremely sweet, great for fresh eating, roasting, or stuffed. I'm really excited to try that. I have a Jimmy Nardello. I have a Mamma Mia Rosso pepper. This is an Italian roasting pepper, or it's good for frying, it says. I have a red Marsoni pepper, again, frying, salads, stuffing. What I don't like about Haas Tools is that it does not give you any information on the back as far as like what it's good for, where like My Gardener Seeds tells you about the plant. This basically just tells you when to plant, and it says Atlas Frost, but that really means like when to transplant. In My Gardener Seeds, it tells you like how deep to plant it, if it's container friendly, what kind of sun it needs, if you can start it indoor, how long you can expect to germinate, the soil temperature, days to maturity, all that good stuff. Where Haas Tools. So that's why I wrote on the back of mine, I wrote that it was for frying, stuffing, or salads, just so that I knew what kind of pepper I was going to be getting into, or why I purchased it. Even in the ones that was disease resistant that I showed at the beginning, I wrote disease resistant on the back so that I know and keep in mind, like when I'm planting it or when I'm harvesting it, why did I plant this, and so that I know how it grows during the growing season. I also got a heatless habanero. Now we're at purple. I got a lilac bell. I just really love purple bell peppers. I haven't grown any in this garden, but I have grown some in my previous garden at my previous home, and they just look really, really, really pretty. So purple bell beauty. Again, these are just like regular bell peppers. A chocolate beauty bell. My children's favorite snack is actually bell peppers, and so I actually really like bell peppers as well, and so they love to eat them like as snacking peppers. I get that from the store a lot, and they'll eat that all together as just like a snack. I got this mulatto is Lino, I don't know. Actually, I just realized that this is in the wrong section. When I was just showing you guys, I saw that this is actually a hot pepper, so that it says it on the back. It says it on the back right there. And I thought I had went through all my peppers and separated them from spicy from sweet, but obviously I missed one, so I'm glad I just caught that. So then I also have this purple beauty. Actually, I knew it. Okay, I have two purple beauties, so I'm gonna have to, what I usually do when I have 2 seed packets like this, and I thought I already did that earlier, my girls and I went through earlier and basically wrote down, separated all of the tags. I showed in a vlog how a couple days ago how I saved all of my plant tags from last year and that still had names on them, and so my daughter ended up washing them. Nehemiah ended up washing them for me, and then Anaya and I separated all of the plant tags from like tomatoes and bell peppers, and then I just basically found the bell pepper for that tag, and then any other tag I wrote new tags because I did find my garden marker, which I thought I was gonna have to buy another one, but I found one. I found it. My daughter knew where it was at, and so with doing that, I always at the beginning of the season combine my seeds. So like if I realize I have 2 seed packets, I always go through and make sure that I combine them, and I guess I didn't. So this one is from 2024, this one is from 2022, so I'm probably just going to take this one out and put it into here. So I'm going to put that to the side. This next one is a Orange Delight. It doesn't have a picture, but it says it's an Orange Delight pepper, and it actually looks like those orange snacking peppers that you get from the store where it says like kids snacking peppers, and they're like this big, and they're just like that you would see on fruit trays or vegetable platters and stuff like that. So that's that Orange Delight one. Also an Orange You Sweet. This is actually a miniature plant. I think it only gets up to 2 feet, and the peppers are very small. I grew a ton of these the first year. My kids didn't really feel like there was enough like they grew prolifically, but I think was it me or my kids, it grew so much, but it was basically like 1 or 2 bites of pepper because it was so tiny. I think this is the one, if I'm not mistaken, so I have to actually go back in my videos and see. Also, I have a Orange Sun sweet pepper, a Coral Bell, and again that one says that it ripens to orange, so it's going to start off as green, and it does say that it's disease resistant, and it says it's a favorite at farmers market. I have a sweet banana pepper. Then I have some gypsy pepper, and this reminded me of those snacking peppers, and you see how they come in like all different colors because they'll start at green and then they'll go yellow to orange and red, and so I got this to use as my kids like snacking pepper. We have yellow Corno di Toro, which I already showed you. I also have it in red. We have a gold Fortune gold Fortune pepper, a Mamma Mia Giallo pepper. It's an Italian roasting pepper, and this one also only gets up to 2 feet tall. So I might plant those small varieties inside of the Greenstalk, because I have a bunch of dwarf tomato that I'm planning on planting in there, and I'll just go ahead and put some of those peppers as well. We also have a early sensation pepper. It's a yellow, it just looks like a regular bell pepper. I love bell peppers. I love them sauteed. My favorite food is like Spanish food, so any kind of like, you know, fajitas or anything like that. I love sauteed peppers and onions. I actually think bell peppers are so expensive, like, and that was one of my favorite things to like grow in my previous garden, just by how expensive they were. Because that and zucchini, an organic zucchini sometimes at the height of summer can cost like $2.99 for just one, and the same thing for bell peppers. When I go to Whole Food, you can get like one bell pepper and it says like $2 or $3.99 a pound, but then you weigh it and it weighs almost basically a pound, or sometimes it's not even weighed by the pound and it's just like $3.99. So that is why I love growing bell peppers, because I don't spray anything in my garden, and then just to have so many peppers that my children love and know that it's not sprayed with anything. Because peppers, sweet peppers, and actually now jalapeno peppers as well, or spicy peppers as well, are actually on the Dirty Dozen. If you don't know what the Dirty Dozen is, I shared about that in a previous video. The Dirty Dozen, every year they come out with a list with the 12 highest sprayed crops in America, and peppers and spicy peppers were on that list in 2023. And on the website it actually tells you, so if you are interested, you can look up this, just type in Dirty Dozen and it will tell you the 12 most highly pesticide plants, and peppers are always on there. And so I hate getting just regular snacking peppers for my kids, because I just see them, like every time I like see them eating the pesticides. And sometimes on that site it tells you, like, you know, some of the things that they tested had over like 500 different pesticides on it, which is really, really insane. So yeah, really growing big on pepper varieties this year, and I'm really excited to try all of these. The next one is a Sunbright pepper. Just looks like a yellow bell pepper. And then we have a Golden Cow Wonder bell pepper. So that is all of my sweet peppers. If you are still here, you must, you know, love seed talking as much as I do. Now we're gonna go into the 20 seeds that were wet last year. And so I don't know if they're gonna grow, but I did save them, and I'm going to try and grow like maybe 5 seeds of each, just to see if I can. And then if none of them sprout, then I'll know and I'll end up throwing, you know, them away. But I just felt so bad throwing these pepper seeds away. And like I said, I didn't replenish them if they weren't found on sale by any of the seed companies. So the first one is a jalapeno. It's basically just a not spicy jalapeno. The next one is a Joe's Big Blocky Red. A Garden Sunshine Pepper. This does not have a picture, but it is a, I can't even read that name, Aconcaagua, because you can see where it's gotten wet. And so you can't even see, you could barely see the lettering on there because of when it got wet. We have a paprika plant, which I'm really excited to try, because, and actually this should probably be with my spicy peppers, because paprika actually does really have a kick to it, especially if you let it on the plant. Actually, I'll keep it with my water damage, because it does have water damage. But paprika plants, if you let them go all the way to red, they do have like a little kick to it. We have a Golden Treasure pepper. This one says that this plant has actually been used in flower arrangements because of how beautiful it is. We have a Flavor Burst sweet pepper. Again, got water damage, so no picture, and the name is really wiped off. This purple pepper, I tried to grow this. I think it was like, it looks hot, but it's not. It says that on the back. It's from Japan. I think I tried to eat this. Me and my daughter tried to eat this, and it tasted weird. And then somebody told me that I was doing it was wrong. I don't remember if I was supposed to cook it or something, and so I was gonna give it another chance. Again, Chocolate Beauty. I know that I already said Chocolate Beauty in the ones that were not wet, but this seed packet is actually from 2023, and so I had just got this last year when it got wet. And so I'm hoping, since it was a newer seed packet, that because there's so many seeds in there, probably about 50, I'm gonna try this as just a germination again, like I said, with all of them, and see if they work. Again, so this is a fish pepper, and it is actually variegated, which is why I got this one. It was 19th century African American heirloom, and I just got it for its variegated foliage. A lipstick pepper, which is just this red pepper. Corbassi. Again, this one looks spicy, but it's not. It says it's good for pickling and frying. It's Turkish. I don't know how to say that. Then a giant Marsoni. You can see how the packet has gotten all wet and everything. A pimento sweet pepper, and Tiki's New Ace. It doesn't have a picture. Tequila Sunrise is this orange pretty one, and again, I got these seeds in 2023 when they immediately got wet, so I'm hoping. They were expensive too because they're organic. I'm hoping that they still germinate for me. This is a Glow F1 hybrid. I'm pretty sure that this is an orange pepper. And then this is an Aurora F1. And then last but not least is a Lesia. So those are all the peppers, the 20 peppers that got wet, and I'm going to try and germinate those and see. And then last but not least, if you're interested, my spicy pepper varieties. I think I said at the beginning that I had 27, but we just found another one, that mulatto one, so that's really 28 spices and 33 sweet. A lot. I'm not even planting all of these spicy peppers because we don't really like super spicy peppers, but some of them are considered like super spicy, and they weren't like super spicy, kind of like the, what is this called, like the paprika that I'm planting, or a pepperoncini peppers, which is like a pickling pepper, and we use that in Mississippi pot roast, and that's considered a spicy pepper. I have this Mexi bell pepper, which they said it was like a hybrid between, it doesn't have a picture on here, I got it from Haas Tools. I think it was a mixture of a bell pepper and I can't remember, maybe a jalapeno pepper. Diana sent me this, thank you Diana, this Mad Hatter pepper, and she said it was also gifted to her. She said it's a slow grower but grows into a large bush and just has a hint of heat, so I'm really excited to try that. I'm gonna try shishito pepper again, which if you do not know, Shishito actually does have a little bit of heat to it, which I did not know, but I grilled a bunch of them and I was telling my husband and my kids that they were not spicy at all, and some of them had turned red, and the red ones was legit like caught you in the throat. And so my husband had gotten the red one and was like, it says mildly hot. And he got it and was like choking because he was not expecting it to be spicy. And that's when I realized, that was last year, when I realized that shishito pepper actually does have a little bit of heat. I was planting it with my sweet peppers and not realizing that it did have a little bit of heat. I have just a regular habanero, which probably would be the spiciest pepper that I'm gonna grow. I have a Anaheim chili pepper. I'm gonna just be growing this to make chili powder. I did the first year I gardened, I have not had any trouble growing spicy peppers. Like, they grow so great for me. The past 2 years I've been here, it's been my sweet peppers that have really struggled. But the first year I freeze dried a bunch of them and grounded it up into powder. I also dehydrated a bunch of them and ground it into powder, and I just used some in powder. I used some powder to make that tomato sauce. I used some powder in the chili that I just made. I've been using it basically in recipes just to add like a hint of heat, and it's been really, really good. I'm doing cayenne long slim. This one was recommended to me by someone I met at one of the like homesteading events, because she used that in her fire cider. And so I'm hoping to grow my own ingredients for fire cider, except for the horseradish, but everything else. And so that is why I got that cayenne one. Again, this one was sent to me by Diana. It's a Spanish pepper. I don't know how to say it. And then I got a few jalapenos. So I got an early jalapeno because it, you know, it says it's days to maturity is early. I got a tam jalapeno because it actually says that it's milder than a regular jalapeno. And then I got an orange jalapeno, pumpkin spice, just because it looked really pretty. A pepper that grew a lot for me that was really, really good, and we actually liked it pickle, was this Santa Fe Grande. So I'm really happy to have that again. We got this Ancho Grande, and that one did really good for me as well. We have a big Jim pepper. I've never grown that one before, but it's red. We have a Hidalgo poblano pepper. Not sure how you say that, but a poblano pepper, a serrano pepper. These grew for me really well the last 2 years. And again, I did a lot of pickling of these peppers and they were good. I have a pimento. I have this one, pasilla. I'm pretty sure that's how you say that, but it's a double L. Mexican cuisine pepper, a lemon drop. I love the name and I love the color. It says it's spicy and tangy with a lemony flavor and aroma, so that should be interesting. We have a big Jim Hot, which is just like a regular red pepper. Another different variety of a poblano. We have a Beaver Dam hot pepper. I got this cayenne purple because it's purple and I just thought it would be really, really pretty. But then again, I could use it in my fire cider. And I got this mushroom red, and I got it to grow it because it looked really unique. And they said this is a great pickling pepper, so it should go good with my other pickling peppers. And I do have some other varieties, but I'm not growing those, so we're not going to go over those. Like, I have different other jalapenos. I have the pequeño, I have a Hungarian yellow wax. I have a red hot cherry, but I'm not growing any of those because we're not like really big spicy pepper eaters, and each year they've done great for me. So when I do grow them, my spicy peppers, like I have a bunch of spicy peppers in my hoop house right now that I dug out, and those have done, they're still producing a bunch of jalapenos. I just thought about that. Those might actually last until April, and so I might have to readjust some of those jalapeno peppers, like that early jalapeno. I probably won't plant that because I have probably 6 jalapeno peppers in my hoop house, and I can just use those as my jalapenos this year. Yep. And then just plant the orange one or the pumpkin spice one and the one that said it was milder than a jalapeno. So that is all of my pepper varieties that I'm growing this year, and I hope to have a huge harvest because I hope to be able to chop a bunch up and have in my freezer, like I said, to saute them, because I love, that's my probably onions and bell peppers sauteed is probably my favorite vegetable combo, with some rice and chicken or rice and steak and or shrimp or anything like that. I just love Spanish food. Now that I told you all of my pepper varieties that I'm going to be growing this year, I hope that you have a great day. If you're still here with me, thank you for being here. Let me know what pepper varieties you're going to be growing. Do you have any new ones that you're going to be trying this year? When can you even plant peppers? Our last frost day is estimated March 27th this year, but usually for the past 2 years it's been April 2nd, and so I'm sticking with the April 2nd kind of last frost date, and we'll see and go from there. But 12 weeks from April 2nd is January 9th, which is basically in a couple days from when I'm filming this. And so I am starting going to be starting my peppers a couple days early, but it's really so that I can get a jump on germination, especially with those ones that and know if they're not going to germinate or not, the ones that got wet. And starting a couple days is not going to hurt anybody. Peppers are so long to take a very long time to germinate. One year it took about 3 weeks for some of my pepper seeds to germinate. So I don't think it's any harm in starting them a couple days beforehand. I have all of my seed trays ready. My son filled them for me. I wrote all my plant tags. All of my plant tags are all ready, and so I'm going to get the planting, and I'm so excited. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will have to see you guys in my next video.